There's a whole nother world out there.
I don't think I'm sheltered. I live in the real world. I have to deal with the real world. I have to occasionally call the cable company and get a repairman out here.
In Florida, Stephanie has to rush straight from her teaching disaster to her next job.
So how long am I here?
All day.
Lisa is spreading herself too thinly. Her priorities should be a little more at home with her own family. How can I help you?
Real savage.
When you have children, you have to make sacrifices. As a mother, that makes me feel almost saddened that she is not enjoying her children. Can I go home now?
And once home, she has to deal with the restaurant accounts while the kids socialize with their friends.
Stop being a baby. Oh, I told you I have a chick, have it come in.
Victoria?
Yes.
Who are those people?
Oh, those are my friends.
Instead of spending time with her mother and her brother, Victoria chose to have friends over. Victoria needs her mom. She's growing up, and you don't want to miss that.
When Greg arrives home, he decides it's family time, so Lisa and the kids must join him in his favorite hobby, a fantasy role-playing game.
Help! My wife has been taken hostage by lizards.
What's the object of the game?
The object of the game is to have fun.
They're up here make-believing that they're this elf, that elf.
You call yourselves adventurers?
Hey, I'm talking to this thing here.
They're playing a game. They're living an illusion. This actually goes on for hours
Right there.
and hours.
Let me take hold of this.
No!
Okay.
Hours.
In Florida, after a long day, Stephanie is looking forward to family time. But even Haggerty meals are eaten independently.
It's killing me that they're just not together. They just separate, and it's so normal for them. And they just accept it.
In Ohio, after another day of homeschooling, Lisa is growing concerned that the kids aren't receiving a proper education.
I think children should have a choice in what it is that's going to happen in their life, and not just the whole role of we're homeschooling you, and that's all there is to it.
I asked if I could be homeschooled.
At what age?
Many various ages.
After first grade.
After the first grade. How did you even know there was homeschooling in first grade?
Because we were interested in it, we checked it out.
I'm asking Tara. When your sister even tries to answer, you just totally overrule everything when she's trying to talk. Is that part of the chivalry or the medieval culture that you've been brought up in? Is that if a man is talking, a woman must hush? If your parents would not have introduced you to this medieval stuff,
Whoa,
you would
back
not.
up.
You better watch the tone that you have
You
with
watch
me.
your tone.
No, you
Your
better
tone,
watch
Molly.
not the authority of me. You might talk to your mom and your dad and your sister like that, but let me tell you something. You gonna watch that crap with me.
It's kind of hard to get my voice in when you're
talking like this, and you're talking over me and not allowing me to speak
That's
in.
what you're doing. That little tone that you just had with me, and you're a child, you need to watch that. You need to step outside yourself and calm down. I am a grown woman, and no child tells me to stop talking. No, you be quiet and you let me finish my point of view.
In Florida, after a busy week living Lisa's hectic life and barely seeing the family, Stephanie has reached her breaking point.
You okay?
I could use a husband. Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, your wife works too hard.
Yeah?
I just, I'm not used to that.
Yeah. I guess she handles it a little different. I didn't know it was as bad.
I'm softer than her, I know I am. When I come home and you're cooking. You're not supposed to cook, you're the man. I mean, you should be treated like a king.
You think so?
Yes, I do.
Shoot. Stephanie broke down in tears. She says that she's weaker than Lisa. I wouldn't say she's weaker. I just say she probably has areas that she's not as strong in as Lisa. But, well, I guess that is weaker.
At the Stampers, Lisa decides to confront Greg over the way his home is run.
Everything that I know about your children is a part of something that Dad gets them into when Dad comes home on the weekend. They're homeschooled, which means they spend all day in the house. They're sheltered.
Don't use the word shelter.
They are.
They meet people when we go hiking. They meet people at these game conventions. If they want to keep in touch, they can get phone numbers. They can get email addresses.
How can they possibly do that? Do they have their own cell phones?
No, they do not.
Okay, do you have a house phone?
No, we don't.
So you're the only one with the phone?
They don't call enough people to justify their own cell phone.
Give them their own phones.
This is ludicrous. Well, maybe that's a part of modern society.